President Trump was the president-elect. He was bringing in jobs all over the place. This man is the leader that we need in this world. And folks, write this down. He's going to be the best president in history. When you're on the winning team, like President Trump tells us, we're going to get sick of winning. You know what? No, we are not, Mr. President. Keep what you're doing, sir. Keep it up. We love you. Anything I can do to speak about our president, I'm here to do it.
That was Gene Huber, a longtime Trump supporter who was on Stuart Varney's show earlier this morning. His surprise appearance on stage with President Trump Saturday, well, it's going viral. Two more people who were featured at Saturday's rally have also gone viral. They're former Democrats who now preach solidarity with President Trump and who have supported him right from the start. Sisters Diamond and Silk join us now live on Skype. And just so everyone knows, Diamond is wearing purple and Silk is in the blue. So let me start with, first, welcome and thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Silk, let me start with you because I had the privilege of covering President Trump when he was running for presidency, and I was at some of these campaign rallies, and there were thousands upon thousands of people, and I used to refer to it as a movement. There was no real way to describe the enthusiasm of the people there unless you were there, because it doesn't transcend in words. So let me ask you, you're standing on that podium. Is it the same feeling now that he's won the office and is enacting what he said he would do?
It is very incredible. It feels like a family reunion. The energy is phenomenal. Everybody is excited and everybody is happy that we finally have a man that said what he was going to do, then went to Washington, and now he's doing it.
Well, Diamond, let me bring you into the discussion, because part of the message at President Trump's campaign rally to government officials is if you can't get on board with President Trump, get a new job. You know, why are so many people, do you think, whether they be reporters or people from different communities in the United States, giving the president a hard time 1 month into his presidency?
Because he's going to make them all look crazy.
Yes.
He's going to make them look like fools. Because he's going to do what they wouldn't do, what they didn't do. That's why they're fighting against him. And what they should do is join him. Come sit at the table. You can't do nothing outside fighting, but all you have to do is come and sit down at the table. He have an open door policy.
So do you think that the media is treating the president fairly, or do you think that his attacks on the media are justified?
Look, his attacks on the media are justified. These reporters they are trying to use, they have a political agenda.
That's right.
And they're trying to influence the American people, and it's not working. We didn't believe them in the primaries. We didn't believe them in the general election, and we do not believe them now, baby. We believe the President of the United States.
That's right.
He won it. This is his administration. Now let him lead.
So let me ask you this. You were both Democrats. What made you switch?
Well, whenever President Trump started running for president, we realized that we had to switch our party to Republican in order to vote for him in the primaries and to go ahead and vote for him in the general election. But we're so glad that we switched our party because it was time for us to come off that Democrat plantation. We realized that just because you black didn't mean we had to vote Democrat. So we were so excited with doing so because we wanted to vote for the man with the master plan to make America great again, and that's President Donald J. Trump.
Let me ask you this question, because I know the president has talked about a new deal for America's African-American community. And, you know, I know no other better way to ask this. It seems almost condescending for a guy who's white to ask someone who's African-American, what do we need to do for the African-American community? Because I would imagine what needs to be done for the African-American community is the same as the rest of the communities which need jobs and police security. But if I can ask you, what should that New Deal plan look like?
Well, it should look like bringing back opportunities to those communities, rebuilding those communities. And I am not for talking to all of these groups. Leave these here groups, the CBCs, the NAACP. Go directly to the African-American people and talk directly to them, not these groups, because these groups do not speak for all black people.
Do you think the president could make a trip to Chicago and meet with the people who are living in the neighborhoods where there has been violence and unemployment and listen to them and cut out, as you just said, the Congressional Black Caucus and the traditional sources of you know, meeting with people? Do you think he should do that?
I think he should do that.
Yeah.
See, a lot of these here groups, they've been working for their own greed and not the need of black people. That's why we have these impoverished neighborhoods.
That's right.
They haven't done anything to rebuild the inner and urban cities, and then they get mad with the president because he wants to do something.
And keep in mind that whenever he was on the campaign trail, he did go into a lot of these inner cities and looked at the neighborhoods and look at how the buildings was just abandoned. Yes, and so that's why he wants to rebuild, because he's a builder. It's something easy for President Trump to do. It's something that he see a need that has to be done, that can be done to help bring these people back to life again.
Yes.
And that's why he wants to continue to make black people inclusive and not exclusive, as Americans first.
Diamond and Silk, you remind me that the best part of the job I have is getting to meet people and listen to people just like you. Thank you so much for joining us.